Welcome to Coach's Corner. Last time we talked, we looked at analyzing a scorecard, evaluating your game, being able to let us as coaches know what areas of the game that you need to work on. And one of the things that you saw from that card was that I wasn't able to hit the ball very well, but I got up and down 75% of the time of the greens that I missed. And so the question came in is, are there any drills that you work on in order to be able to be kind of consistent so that you can get up and down 60%, 70%, 80% of the time? And the answer is absolutely. This is a drill that I have every one of my elite students do, and they should be doing at least once or twice a week. And what we've done is we've put a towel down in front of us. It's a small hand towel with a little target in the center of it, about the size of a hole, and we try to score that. And the answer is, the idea is that if we hit the towel, we get 1 point. If we hit the center, we get 3 points. And then you can see I've got 10 balls down here. This is kind of the idea we try to do, is we try to hit 10 balls and see if you can score. So if, let's say today I hit it and I get 10 points, and tomorrow, I hit 4 points or 14 points, the idea is that you've got to work on this game, because what we're really trying to do is hit that target out there every single time. Now, we practice, most tour players practice, from certain yardages that they're comfortable with. I practice from 5, 10, and 15 yards because those are easy, really not yards, they're steps. They're easy for me to remember. So if I'm 5 steps off, I have a takeaway and it lands on the target, and it's got a consistent roll. Because I know the distance of every club in my bag for either 5 or 10 yards. And then for 15 yards, it's mostly going to be a lob wedge or a sand wedge or a gap wedge. But for the most part, those are pitching clubs as opposed to chipping clubs. And what we're trying to do is, we know the distance to a target. We know how far we are off the green. We pick a yardage in between, and we say that's where I want to land it. And the idea is, how often and how close can I get to that target and be able to get up and down, so that, as you saw on my scorecard, I'm up and down inside 3 or 4, 3 feet, 2 feet, or hit a pin and hole out. That's the goal, is to be able to make the shot. So I think it's important that we think about having goals and then having games that you play to be able to come out and actually execute the shot. So, you've got a target that's 5 yards out. We try to hit this, to get it there. And then the idea is being able to focus on, every shot counts. We're trying to score it. So you go through the same process of being able to actually execute this shot. What's interesting about those two shots is that both of them were just slightly off as far as the distance go, hitting the target, but both of them went the same distance. And that's the key, I think, in anything, is being able to have a shot that, even if you miss what you're trying to do, they went off and they're only, 3 inches apart as far as distance goes. So you can be slightly off in being able to hit a specific spot, but overall, it's going to have the same distance, because it's still, you're taking the club back to the same place and you're still trying to execute that shot. Again, I just missed it, but you can see the rollout is almost identical to the others. And so you can see that they're all real close to each other. So even if I miss my target by just a little bit, that was a little bit long, you can see that it's a little bit longer than the spot that I'm, ultimately going for. But it's still a tap-in. And that's the whole goal of this, is to be able to hit the spot every single time so that your rollout is consistent and you're able to execute and knock the next putt in. Because that's what we really want to do, get up and down, up with one and then into the hole on the second shot. Okay, so that's what we got for Coach's Corner this week. I hope that helped. If you got questions on this, let Arlene, Katie, or myself know. We'll be delighted to come out here and help you with that aspect of your game or any part of your game. Let us know questions that you've got, and we'll be able to help any way we can. Until then, keep smiling. We'll talk soon. Thanks.